Also in the spotlight with the Deputy Minister of Communications handing over a newly installed cyber lab to rural school children so they can keep up with their urban counterparts. Let's cross now to Janine Lee, who is out near Graaff-Reneitt. A very good morning to you, Janine.
Good morning, Eben, and welcome. Normally we're talking to you from somewhere along the coast, but today we're in the hinterland, in the heart of the Kuru, just on the outskirts of Graaff-Reneitt, as you said.
Yeah, a hive of activity there where you are. It looks like lots of young people involved, but just tell us about the cyber lab. I'm interested as to how the cyber lab is going to change the lives of the young people in the area there.
Yeah, but there are many excited faces here. You just have to go into the classroom where the cyber lab has been set up. We were there a few minutes ago, and these kids are beaming from ear to ear. There are 26 tablets in total that have been donated, including an interactive board. So what that means is the teacher can help them, guide them, and show the students what they do or what they're meant to do. Although I must say, when we were in there, they were all doing their own thing, hitting onto Facebook, getting onto Twitter, and I think it's just so wonderful for them to be connected. But on a more serious point about the cyber lab, this school had a 59% pass rate last year, and what they want to do and what they're hoping is the fact that being connected and having access to the World Wide Web, the students here, the grade 12s, believe that this is going to make them push up the pass rate this year. So it's positive news coming out of young mouths, and they're setting their goals high. And it's the project of the Department of Communications with private partnerships. The Deputy Minister has been all around the country over the last couple of months. She's crisscrossed the country, in fact. And as we speak today, there are over 800 cyber labs that have been donated to schools here in the Eastern Cape. And if we look countrywide, over 2,000 labs. So that's a great achievement by the department. And what it is doing is changing young lives. But I had a quick chat to the Deputy Minister just before we crossed to you now, and she said the biggest challenge for her department is the vandalism and theft when it comes to these labs. They donate them, and then schools get broken into, and the tablets get stolen, and it's very difficult then to go back and re-donate tablets and this type of thing. So she's calling on communities to please respect what is being done and what has been donated, because education is the key to every young person's future. And she will be speaking a little bit later to the school, and she's all over the country, but it's a really positive story when it comes to these cyber labs, Eben, and they are changing lives.
Now, the other thing that's a game changer there in the Graaff-Reneitt area is this multi-million rand aquaculture project. It's a little bit dry out there for an aquaculture project, isn't it, Janine?
Yeah, not the place you would expect to find fish, and we were there. And I'm going to ask GQ, who's on camera today. He's just going to give you, he's going to tilt his camera somewhat and give you a backdrop of that iconic mountain that pops out. Everybody knows it when they think about Graaff-Reneitt. And just below that mountain, Eben, is it's called Kuru Catch, and it is set to become the biggest aquaculture project in South Africa. And you know, the Blue Economy Operation Pakisa, it's the way to go. So what they've done here is, and it's quite an interesting story, it was a local couple, they had a small holding here, and they were farming just a few pigs, and then they changed a few of those pigsties into little fishing tanks. And then they thought, hang on, this can work. There's a need for this. So what we're looking at today is currently on the plot, there are 5 tunnels producing catfish, those ugly barbel-looking things with the big hairy whiskers. And every month, each tunnel produces 22 tons of fish. So you can imagine what a game changer that is. And on the cards in the next few years, they're going to have a processing plant here. So it's going to be really big. Currently, they employ they employ 134 people currently, and in the next few years they're expecting that number to go up to almost 2,000 people who will be employed. And it's a very different sort of business development model. Their investment is not only in the infrastructure and what they're producing, their investment even is in people. So they've got trustees who are involved that get share benefits from it. And we spoke to some of the people, and what they said, their lives have changed. They've been given responsibility. There's investment in them as people. And what it means for these people, Eben, is that although they're working here in the Kuru, in rural Kuru, the skills that they've learned, the business management that they've been learned, they can up and go and get a job anywhere else in South Africa. So it's very much people driven, and it's a great project, and it's set to become one of the biggest aquaculture projects in South Africa. So it's good news for the economy here in Graaff-Reneitt, which is struggling. If you look at Graaff-Reneitt, there's an unemployment rate of 80%. So job creation desperately needed.
Janine, tell us quickly about fracking. You know, fracking and Graaff-Reneitt are almost synonymous with all the outcries we've seen around fracking in the Kuru and so forth. Is the town still so divided on the issue?
Completely divided, Eben. One half, obviously, there's the need for job creation, as I said, and the other half, much of the Kuru is farmland, and a large group of the farmers are up in arms. They don't want this to happen. So we all know that the government gave the go-ahead for exploration for fracking to take place, or exploration for shale gas to take place, and that should be in the next 12 months. But the interested parties, the affected parties, have said that they are going to fight this with the court interdict, and we know in the past that a court interdict has stopped any exploration. And one of their main arguments is there's no regulation governing fracking or governing the exploration of shale gas. So that will be the gist of their argument. And then on the other hand, we look at the project that's also running here in Graaff-Reneitt, and that's the giant flag. And that's going to create millions of jobs, or thousands of jobs, and have absolutely no impact on the environment as such. That is going to be 66 hectares where they're going to grow cactuses of different colors, and it's going to reflect the South African flag, a flag that they say is going to be so great you'll be able to see it from space, and that'll be a great job creator, and also it's going to bring dozens and dozens of tourists into Graaff-Reneitt. So the parties that are anti-fracking are saying, listen, there are other ways to go. We do not need to destroy our environment when it comes to shale gas exploration. And there is on record, we know in the United States of America, that there is on record that it uses so much water. It's not always environmentally economical, and this is also one of the arguments of the farmers. So what we can expect with the fracking debate, before anything happens in these next 12 months, and if it is intended to happen, there's going to be a lot of court action to prevent it happening.
Thanks, Janine. I'm sure they don't want the sheep to be fracking there in the Kuru as well. Very good morning to you, and thank you for that contribution. That is Janine Lee coming to you live from Graaff-Reneitt in the Kuru. That is in the Eastern Cape, close to Middelburg Cape, a beautiful part of the country.